right, so let's get started, you guys. Welcome to my page. This is Create It with Robin, and my name is Robin. Today we're going to be doing a cute little elf mason jar ornament tag, or whatever you want to use it for. The video will be uploaded to YouTube after I get done with this. So if you guys would please sprinkle me out, I would appreciate it. I'm going to start off with cleaning my pieces. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Our weather's changing a little bit, and so allergies. I use a finger protector. I'm going to use a little square of a magic eraser and some water. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I'm gonna get this damp. I don't want it dripping wet, but I do need it damp enough to scrub the wood pieces. So, oh really? Hey Holly. When I do this, I'm using a paper towel. Y'all, this didn't start happening until I went live. I'm so sorry. I did just have another issue right before I hit the live button, which is why I'm a couple minutes late. Let me find my towels. I have too much crap on my table. Gotta have my paint towel. Hair falling out of my head. I mean, I'm not gonna jinx myself, but dang. Okay. Sounds like it's over. Hopefully. I'm so sorry. That needs to be cleaned. Let's see. I'm gonna clean the belt. Hey, Martha. That's black. I don't need to clean that. This piece I'm gonna clean because we're gonna do white on it first. I spoke too soon. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a light green, so let me get that cleaned off. And what I mean by clean is there's overburn on, I call it overburn or char. Like, can you guys see where the lines are and how when it engraves, it goes over the same section multiple times to get that groove into the wood. And, you know, you burn wood, it's gonna leave a mark. So let me show you guys. I'll clean half of it and you can see what I'm talking about. Magic eraser works great on my wood pieces. Not everybody's wood pieces, but it works really good on mine. But you can see the difference. It just takes it right off. So let me do the rest of that. Get the wood dry as soon as you do that to keep it from swelling. Okay, so there's that. I'm just gonna put this in my lap because that's what I do. I'm going to go ahead and stain the back. So I have a piece of baby wipe. Hey, Jennifer. And I'm just going to use a gel stain. You could use burnt umber, you could use any paint, watered down paint to stain. But I like to do the backs of my projects first, just so I don't have to think about it later. Now we've done multiple mason jars here, and I've got, see those two right here. We've got the little Gingy and then Mrs. Claus, and then I have a couple more back there too. Let's see, where'd they go? They might be laying down. I don't have enough room for everything, but they're back there. I just saw them this morning. Actually, I will grab one of those hangers. All right, so I've got the back stained. I'm gonna set that aside, let that dry. Let me grab, I'll grab this one. So this is the little Gingy that we did. I think this was last week. I don't know, I don't remember. But we're gonna do this one, and then I think we have 3 more to do, and the whole 9 Mason Jar series is done. Thank you, Tesha. Thank you, thank you. Hi, by the way. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and we will start working on the other pieces. Thank you for sprinkling, I appreciate it. All right, this is black. Let's see, I'm gonna start with that we got a hand paint, so I'm gonna do that in a minute. This is gold. We're gonna actually do a metallic gold on this, as well as the little balls on the elf suit. That I'm gonna have to hand paint. This piece and that piece, and then this, so we're good. So I use like old cardboard from Amazon boxes or anything that you've got laying around that's nice and sturdy. This is foam board, but I use cardboard boxes too. And I tape my pieces down so that they're not sliding around on me when I'm painting. So I'm done with my finger protector, so I can put that away. I also use a plastic mat, like a plastic cutting mat from Dollar Tree, to put my paint on because it wipes off really easy. I'm gonna keep that handy because I know I'm gonna need it later. And so let's start painting. I have my cheaters so that when I need to do any detail work, I can change my wardrobe. Thanks. It's so nice of you to come on and do that. Sometimes we forget. And it's nice to have that reminder. All right, I'm just gonna take, I don't need a ton. Let me see if that's enough. We are gonna splatter this on, at the end. So I just put paint on there, and I don't want it globby on there. You see it right there dripping? I want to tap that out and kind of blend it in so it's all in there. And what we're doing is just tapping our wood piece and almost dry brushing, I guess is what you might call it. So that's what I did right there. Now this piece has grooves in it. If you had too much paint on your sponge and you got paint into your groove, before it dries, you want to get that out. And I just use something sharp like this, or I have a pin laying around here too if I can't grab this really quick. Like a sewing pin or something like that, to get that paint out of the groove before it dries, or it does stain it and it doesn't look right. So you just take your sharp thing and go across there. I didn't get any paint in there, but I wanted you guys to see how to get it out. I'll keep it handy. Okay, so since the buckle is going to be yellowish gold, I'm also going to put a layer of white on it just to get rid of the wood color, like that. That's going to be gray, that's black, and the other one is dark green, so I think that's good. So now what I want to do is, anything I do with white, I like to put at least 3 layers of paint on there, sometimes 4, depends on how the color goes over the wood. All right. So I'm going in with my second layer of white, and this time I'm tapping. Sometimes I tap and drag on my first layer, but I didn't do that on this one because of it being scored. I know me, when I drag on scored pieces, it goes right into that little groove. Okay, let's go ahead with the gold. So the first layer of the gold, I'm going in with yellow ochre, and I'll tell you why. If I were to go in with straight metallic gold, it wouldn't look right. I want to have a base down of the gold. So here I have that, and I'm going to go over that belt buckle. And it already looks gold, even though it's not. Okay, is this dry yet? Dry enough. So on the mason jar itself, we're going straight in with, and actually I need to put a layer of white on this too, because festive green is very translucent. It's not a pretty opaque color. It's very translucent. So I'm going to put a layer of white underneath it to make the green pop a little bit more. If I were to put it on the dark wood, it would stay dark. I want it to be brighter. Hey, Michelle. You guys, please share me out if you would. I would really appreciate it. So this is what I mean by tap and drag. I'm trying to get that first layer of paint on there quickly and not really going for any texture. I just want that first layer on there. Thank you, Michelle. All right, I'm going to go in with my third layer of white on the stripes. Okay. Let's do the gray. Since I'm waiting for stuff to dry, let's just do some of these others and get them out of the way. I'm going to come in with some festive green, not my favorite green, but it actually works really well for Christmassy stuff, so that's what we're going to use. but it'll get darker. I'll just have to put another coat on there. I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know what happened. I'm going to do another coat of the gray on the mason jar lid, and that should be it for that. I'm going to do another coat of the yellow ochre on the belt buckle. Hey Linda, yeah, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Okay, let me get this green dry so that we can get another layer on there. Let me show you what it looks like, because you guys see how splotchy that green is? That is festive green. Not my favorite, but it is a very pretty Christmas green. So you kind of got to deal with what it looks like until you get the right color. It's very translucent. So this time I'm going in and I'm going to tap, not drag. So I'm tapping. All right, let me get it dry. Hey, Sam, I'm drying. And now one more coat of this green, and I should have it. All right, let me do another coat of the black on the belt. So I still have the holly leaves and the berries that we need to paint. And then this piece. This piece is gonna be a mix of this color, which is the festive green and white. So I'm gonna make it slightly lighter than what the whatever it is he wears. What is that? A shirt? Vest? Something? Okay, so I'm just gonna take what's on the table already, and I'm gonna mix some white in it. To get this lighter green color. That's really pretty. It's like a kind of a lime green, but not a bright lime green. So I'm gonna cut the end of my, stop rolling. I'm gonna cut that off. Hey, Deanna. Hey, Quincy. All right. So there's that versus that. Okay. So let's get that dry because it is gonna need a second coat. I probably should have painted white first. I forgot it was gonna be lighter. Let me dry it. All right, so now it's time to start painting by hand. I'm gonna pull these pieces off that are done. I'm gonna leave the buckle on there because we gotta put that gold on. That's gotta be painted and that's gotta be painted. So let's do the, let me get this gold on here because I need to do the little bells on the end. So all of the little round pieces, the little pom-poms or whatever they are, I need to paint those. So I'm gonna need a little bit more yellow ochre. And I'm just gonna take the very end of my sponge, just the very, like a corner. And I'm tapping those pieces right on the end. You could use paint pens for this part. So right like that, okay? So I'll set that there and let that dry, but now I wanna switch to the metallic and turn these, oh, I need some more. Do I even have any in here? Yes, I do. A little bit. All right, so I'm gonna take the opposite side of the same sponge, dip it into the metallic, and let's do the buckle. Now I only did half the buckle, so I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Right there. But yellow ochre is the best undercoat for gold metallic. Okay, so the buckle's done. Let me get these little balls on here with a little metallic shine on them. Okay, and that's done. Okie dokie, so those are done. They can sit there and dry. I'm done with my board. Put that away. So now we've got a couple of pieces that we need to paint by hand. I know we've painted the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint 2 of the stripes in red, and also the berries in red, and then I want to do the green leaves. Let's do the green first since it's out here. I haven't pulled out the red yet. I'm gonna get my water ready, so I'm gonna get my bristles wet, dip into the green, and I'm just gonna change my glasses so I can see these tiny pieces. That's what I'm gonna do. How'd y'all's weekend go? Did you guys do any cookouts? What do you guys do for Labor Day? I know for a lot of people, their kids went back to school today. Around here, kids have been back in school for a couple of weeks already. Welcome back. If you guys are coming back, I do not know what happened to the video and why I got booted off. So we're gonna let that dry. Actually, no, we're gonna dry it. Oh, a Christmas centerpiece and a football wreath. You studied your lines. I know that. How'd you do? You crafted with your friends. I did too. That was so much fun. We got to do that. I think pick a technique that people would like to learn and have that be taught, because I think, you know, the ladies had quite a few questions about it, and I thought it went over really well. And to have it during the day, because Some of the ladies can't be on at night. You crafted with friends too, Linda? Wasn't it fun? All right, I'm gonna wash my brush out. And I'm gonna do the berries and the stripes. Now that I'm gonna do with red. You know what, I'm just gonna work out of the lid. Let me put my gold back. Rehearsal was rough for me last night, but we'll get better each night. Oh. Wisconsin started back today. There's a lot that starts back today. I don't know why we start so dang early. All right, so I'm gonna take some of the red, and I'm just up on the end. You see, I only have it right on the tip. That's all I'm using, and I'm just gonna dab it on with the end of my paintbrush. Keeps it thick when I do that, and so most of the time I only have to do one coat if I do it right. All right, I got the berries on. You wish you could have stayed longer. It was fun, but I understand you got stuff to do. I mean, we were on for 3 hours. We did good. Okay, so now I'm going in and I'm gonna do that top one and then the one, skip one and do the next one. Right, like that. So let me dry that and do it again. 3 hours, yep. Okay, should be done with that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Sam got a new computer. That's always not fun at all. Trying to learn something new is not my thing. I understand it's needed. Hey, Tina. I'm doing good. How are you? Three hours and Robin wouldn't stop talking. Okay, so now we get to make it pretty. So let's start with the white. I'm gonna switch glasses again. And I'm gonna take the white that's left on my sponge, try and get a lot of that off. Dab onto my leaves. Like that. Not fun at all. It is for work. You didn't have a choice. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't want to do that. Right? She's telling stories. She's telling a lot of stories. Okay, so with this piece, I think I want to do it kind of like, Okay, it was kind of that talked for 3 hours. Michelle, you didn't make sense. On the black, I'm going to do white too. So I'm just going to lightly touch it. And I'll show you the difference. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that on both sides. Like that. Oh, Linda. Linda talked. I was like, huh? Oh, that's too funny. I think I'm gonna try the stain that I used. I like brown when I do the red and white, so I'm just gonna see if I have any stain left on this thing to, yeah, I do. So let me show you. Can you even see it? No. So I need more. Barely. You can barely see it. You can see it better in person, but I'm putting brown on here. Okay, that's good. On this, I'm gonna do black. It was Jill. Linda's quiet. Okay, so I still have black here. Let me get a lot of this off. Let me see. I know I want to do this piece. Around those edges, just the sides and the bottom. The top doesn't need it. It's going to be covered by the bow. So I'm going to do the same thing around the jar here with the black. Let me show you. Just making this a little bit wider. I want to be able to see it a little bit more. All right, so that's what I did on that. Oh, you're painting your carriage? Ooh, I want to see it. That was so my favorite piece. And I sold it and I haven't painted it. Well, I've painted 2 more since then, so I need to paint another one for me. Wait, no. Yeah, I think I did sell it because I don't know. I did sell it. All right, now I'm gonna clean some edges. I think I'm done. Let's do, I want to get, the white detail on here first before I splatter, because part of this is going to go up underneath this piece. So I'm going to get my white, run my bristles through the white, and twist as I pull out so it comes to a point. And then I'm going to start where the belt is and come around this bottom corner and pull up, right like that. So this top piece over here is going to be covered. So I'm going to do that same thing, only I'm going to start up here in this corner and come around this way so that you have one here and one here. I always like to have opposites. If you do it on one side, you do it on the other. So if it's, you know, shoulder to hip or whatever. Keep them even, Stephen. All right, I'm going to start up here, come around, and lift up. Right like that. And I think that's it. So I'm going to clean this. Now I'm going to use my ball tool, and for this one I'm going to go with the bigger end into my white paint. and do graduated dots on the ends of those big long commas that we just made. Like that. Now I'm going to clean this off and go to the smaller end, and I'm going to put the dots on my berries like that. Then I'm going to come up to the leaves, and on the outer part of the leaves I'm going to do graduated dots down the side. Right like that. And then I think it's time to clean some edges. Because you'll be able to see, well, these aren't too bad, but you can see like the red and the white hanging over the edge because I was a little heavy-handed. So I'm just going to take and clean these up. I'm going to do the belt buckle too, because you'll be able to see it. Let's do that too. Okay, now let's put it together. I like to make sure I have all my pieces where they need to go. And that they're gonna fit the way I need them to fit. I'm going to start with the mason jar lid and work my way down. Let's see, I'm going to dab off. I had a lot of glue on it, so I didn't want it to squish out the sides. So I dabbed it off really quick on my paper towel before putting it on my wood piece so that it wouldn't squish out too bad. It still did in a couple of places, but easily removable. So I like to look from the back to see if any raw wood is being seen from around the edges. So that's what we got so far. Next is going to be our scallop pieces. guess this is like the collar of his shirt or something. I should have cleaned those edges. Okay, then this piece. The belt. It's turning out cute. This one would look cute if I sprayed it with glitter, but I won't do that. It would take away from all the metallic stuff we got going on. So now you can see what I was talking about, like the swoop starts up here in the shoulder. The swoop starts down here in the hip. Your edges are always messy. Sometimes when I forget, mine are too. Okay. This, if I do it that way, that little edge on my leaf is gonna be seen. So let me see if I can stain that real quick. All right, so that's what we got right there. The gluing is done, so now let's splatter and make it cuter. I'm gonna get rid of my, this is how I clean up, you guys. I just cut the painted ends off of my sponges, and there's still a lot of black on here, so I'm gonna put that back in the bottle. I overdid it on the black. And the green. I'm just putting that mixed color in here with it too. So I just cut them off and put them back in the bin. So I still have white sitting there, but I'm gonna let these sit in water while I use that other white up. And I'm gonna grab my stencil brush. And my water, so you guys can see how I do this. Before I do that, let me put my paper down. All right, so I'm gonna take my stencil brush and I'm gonna put it in water, and I'm really gonna saturate those bristles, okay? Then I'm gonna take and I'm gonna squeegee out as much water as I can till nothing else comes out of it. Now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna swirl in the white paint and get that paint up into the bristles. So I'm gonna test it. Usually I have a splotch here that I tested on, so I'm gonna just do it on my table. Okay, I look for, is it running down my finger? No. So I've got the perfect amount of water to paint ratio in here because it's not moving. And so I'm gonna come over here and start sprinkling the paint on my piece. Okay, it's still not running, but I think I've got enough on there. So I'm gonna put that in the water. And get that off. And there we have it. So let me dry this really quickly and then we'll get the hanger on it and we will be done. Okay, now I want to use this red bead with white stripes and black and white check. And my jute. So when I do hangers, I like 14 inches for what my ribbon, my twine, my string, whatever it is. My ornaments get 14 inches of jute, and I find it's the perfect length. So I'm going to take my ends, put those together, come down to the loop that's on the end, pinch it, and I like to go from the front to the back. Right, like that. And while I'm seeing this, let me clean these other edges. You love it? I do too. This is really cute. I have 3 more in the series to do. I might do those, like record them on my own instead of do them on a live and get them up on YouTube. I have some people that purchased the whole 9-piece set, and I need to get them done so they can use them. And I want to do something different with you guys here on my page, so I have some Halloween stuff I want to do, and I only have so many Tuesdays to do it in before Halloween. I have to record a video as soon as I'm done with this one. Record my tutorial for Monday in the group. That one's actually a big one. So, okay, we got that. That is done. Got my edges cleaned up, sorta. All right, let's get this bead on. I use a piece of floral wire cut in half. Hey, Margarita. This bead actually has a pretty big hole in the middle, so it should hold pretty well, but I mean, it might slide around. I could have done both of those at the same time. It's that big. But it was the only red ribbon I had with white stripes. Okay, so this one is big enough that even with 2 pieces of jute running through the middle of it, it's got a big enough hole that it is sliding. So I'm gonna put a knot here at the top of the bead so it doesn't go anywhere. Then I'm going to come up to the top and put another knot at the top. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we've got that. Now all we need is the bow, and I'm going to do a black and white bow because I felt it needed something with the black on it. I was like, I could do another black bead like I did Santa is who I did that black bead with. Okay, we're gonna make our bow. Thanks for hanging around with me, you guys. I appreciate you. I know I don't do as many lives over here on my business page as I used to, but I at least try once a week. I do what I can. Let's see, how long do I want them? Yeah, that's good. So I got my bow. I'm going to put some hot glue on the back of it, and where I'm putting it is there's this hole between the bead and the top of the mason jar lid. I'm going to put it right in there. I want it to connect to the bead, the jute, and the wood piece. Keeps it all solid. There we go. So let's switch it out. I still need to spray seal it and he will be done, but there we go. There's the little elf mason jar tag, at least the body part. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you purchased one of these little cuties, now you have a tutorial to help you do yours. Do them in different colors, switch it up, you know, put red where the green is and vice versa. Anyways, you guys, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye now.